Hey everybody, Dan Sullivan here with another installment of Around Ontonagon. Been away for a while, it's been a couple months I think, but I had to do this one because this is a kind of a big deal out here. I'm at the Ontonagon Lighthouse and it's Labor Day weekend here. It's September 2nd. This is actually the open house, the 150th anniversary of the Ontonagon Lighthouse, built in 1866, and today we have an open house out here where the public's invited, and we've had a lot of people come through here so far. The existing lighthouse was constructed beginning in 1865. Actually, there was another wooden framed lighthouse that sat just to the northeast of this current house, about where those people are standing. And that was a wood framed lighthouse that was built in about 1853. That was the first lighthouse on this property. And the mouth of the Ontonagon River is right here. The water line was actually where this white fence was. But if we look out here, I can pan out this way, there's the lake. All this property, which belonged to the Army Corps of Engineers, I believe now, formed after they built the pier out. And you can see that pier goes out about 2,500 feet into Lake Superior. And there's a counterclockwise flow of the water, just normal gravitational forces of the water that flows counterclockwise up to the east and northeast, and it's filled in all this land here. So this is, in 150 years, this all filled in like this, and it was due to the pier being built and continually extended. They extended the pier, I don't even know, 3 or 4 times in the history of this place. But if you can imagine, the mouth of the river was right here where this fence is, and there's town right over there. In 1853, I imagine this was pretty pristine. There wasn't much here. It was lumber industry, the beginning of the copper mining industry, and ships would come into this port. The problem with the original lighthouse was that ice would jam up in the mouth of the river, as in the springtime when the ice melted, and the ice jams would cause flooding on this property, and that wooden frame building actually flooded and was actually rotting away due to water damage and whatnot. So in about 1865, that structure was torn down, and this new structure with a basement that was designed to flood was built. And this one was built much more sturdily and was able to withstand more of that flooding problem. So I'm just going to give you a little overview of just a walk through the lighthouse, and this won't be a guided tour by any stretch of the imagination, but I just wanted you to see how nice it is in here and how much work has been done and how beautiful this is. And come on out here if you want to. Come to Ontonagon's River Street up to the Historical Museum and take a tour. They run a van out here and they take tours 3 times a day. Anyways, we enter. Here's the summer kitchen. This was built in about 1890 for James Corrigan. He requested this because he had a large family, and the existing space in a lighthouse was so small that he needed extra space. So this is what's known as the summer kitchen. And as we walk in here, here's the dining room. At one point before the summer kitchen was put on, I think this was just like a storage room, but it became a dining room. And one of the things is that it's cool down here. They used to cook with coal and wood, and that stove would get hot. And so down here on the first level, it's cool. So as you walk through here, this is what's known as Granny's Parlor. And the story I got from this is that James Corrigan's grandmother used to come here in the summer times and spend time with the family, and she liked it down here. It was nice and cool, and she'd do her crafts. There's an actual washing machine from the period and a spinning wheel. go up the stairs here into what was originally a kitchen and then later a dining room, and now it's just set up to be a dining room. Here's the parlor, which is more or less like an office. It's a picture of James Corrigan on the wall there, and he was a pretty accomplished organist, from what I understand. Here's the lighthouse keeper's bedroom. Had to sleep here nights. Always really being a lighthouse keeper was a night job. And you can see the windows so that the lighthouse keeper would know when a ship was approaching, even in the middle of the night. There's the only known picture of my great-great-grandfather, Thomas Stripe, one-armed lighthouse keeper. Interesting character. And here's the oil room. The hallway. Take you up the first flight of stairs. This would be the level that the bedroom is on. Dormers were added to give some more light into these areas, and so they could serve as functioning bedrooms for Mr. Corrigan's children. And here was what would almost be called the master bedroom, I guess. And then finally, up to the tower. The lantern room. Here's the view of the mouth of the Ontonagon River. There's the pier with the pier head light out there. Beautiful day here. There's the Porcupine Mountains in the distance. And there's the light. So there you have it. A little quick tour of the lighthouse. So I'm standing here at the base of the lighthouse on the bank of the river. This is the mouth of the Ontonagon River. And in the early 1850s, this must have been very pristine, but it was a very busy harbor, as lumber would be sent down the river by boat and then picked up here on ships and transported through the Great Lakes. This was a busy harbor. It was really lumber and the copper industry. In the interior, they would mine copper up Rockland area and up that way, and ship the native copper down the river and pick it up here, and again ship it away through the Great Lakes chain. On August 25th, 1896, a fire started just to the southwest of here at the Diamond Match Company. They had millions of board feet of lumber just sitting there. It was a windy day, and somehow a fire started in that pile, and the southwest wind blew the embers over into town and burned the entire town of Ontonagon down. So there's no buildings in Ontonagon that are older than about late 1800s or 1900, except for this building right here that was spared, and I imagine there was a lot of water dumped on this building as the town burned, because the Diamond Match grounds were right over there, just southeast of this position, or southwest of this position. So just wanted to give you an overview of here and talk about the Great Fire of 1896. Thanks everybody for watching this installment of Around Ontonagon. Hope you've enjoyed the tour of the lighthouse and a little bit of history of our town. I'll try to make some more of these videos coming up. And if you are ever in town, stop by the Historical Museum on River Street and take a tour of the lighthouse. I think you'd enjoy it. They run tours 3 times a day. They take about an hour and a half, and it's really worth seeing. It's a beautiful little lighthouse that's been restored and is in really nice shape. So until next time, I'll make some more of these videos. We'll see you later, and tell your friends about our channel. Thanks a lot.